Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 2 of our batch ITSM batch 3. So yesterday we discussed about the two things. One is value and other is service, right? And now we are going to be discuss from the ITL perspective that what are the practices we have or the processes we have so that we can see that how we are going to be cover these processes or practices in the service now. Okay, anybody has any idea about this thing as of now, that how are things going on or what these practices mean and all the things? Any idea that what type of practices we are talking here or what type of process we are talking here? Okay, I'll share my screen now. Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about ITL and ITSM, right? This one we discuss. Now, till 2019, there was a concept called ITL V3 was very famous. And then Exclose, which is the governing body of ITL, they released the new version of ITL and they call it ITL 4. Not ITL V4, it's called ITL 4. So be sure if someone is saying that I am ITL V4 certified, it's not possible because ITL V4, it is nothing. ITL 4 is yes. So ITL 4 bring a lot of new changes in the term, in the wholesale concept, and that bring a lot of new concepts as well and give a new thought to be think from the industry perspective as well. ITL 4 says that it is still a framework. I'm not saying that it is not, it is has been changed something like a formula or kind of a calculation. No, it is still a framework which says that we have to be a holistic approach to service management and focusing on end-to-end service management from demand to value. Means they change their motto, they change the definition. See, till ITIL V3, it was like, okay, they're the best practices, follow that best practices, you can do your work. But ITIL 4 says, no, it's not about the only best practice. ITIL 4 is about that how we can manage, how we can work, how we can use, how we can maintain the end-to-end service management from demand to value. So they introduce a new word called the demand, right? Why? If anybody start a new business, definitely he has something in the mind that, okay, there's a demand of these things. Like outside of universities, colleges, school, you will find two type of shops more. Number one, either these are the stationery shops or either these are the restaurants, because we know that these are the places where students came, they want to buy something, books, pencil, rubbers, registers, pens, notebooks, kind of things, and they want to be eat in their free time. Demand. But do you think that every restaurant and every stationery book has a good business around these places? No, because if you're not able to deliver the value, nobody will come to you. Let's say there's a stationery shop outside my college. I go there and say, hey, do you have this book? He said no. Another day I go and say, do you have this book? He said no. It means he's not able to deliver that value to me. I was looking for that, even though I forget to bring that book, if I come to this shop, I can get that book. So that is also important to be considered. So they put a new word called the demand to value, means just not only think that how to or how to use. They say why we are doing this and what we can deliver this. This is what the approach of ITL 4. And to do this part, they have two major components. One is called, or this two major component, one is called 4-dimension model and other is called SVS. What is the 4-dimension model says? 4-dimension model says that to run this particular show, to run this particular work framework, to use this particular framework, to implement this particular framework, we need 4 major pillars. So like we have these pillars, right? This. These has been renamed, rebranded, reintroduced as the 4th pillar. Organization and the people. अभी तक क्या था in the ITIL V3 what was there? Only people was there, no organization. But they say okay, people are doing. But if we club the people with the organization, see if my company says guys, we want to follow the or we want to be implement the automation. Only then people will able to do. If people think that okay, we want to be go for this automation implementation, but there's no support from the corporate or the organization, then I can't do this particular part. So it means if you want to introduce, if you want to implement ITL framework, it is a must that we have to take these two pillars together. Then this is second part, information and technology. It means to implement the ITL framework, to use the ITL framework, why don't you use the technology? We have a tools available. Why you want to be go or the old age people like doing everything on the Excel sheet or the Word file? We have a tool available, better to use that tool. So ServiceNow is ITL compliant tool or a platform. What ITL says in ServiceNow, we follow that. Then partner and supplier. Another thing. Earlier it was only partner. But now it's a partner and supplier. I am taking services from Microsoft. He's my partner. But I'm also supplying something to other my customers. So it means either you're taking or you're supplying. Both are equally important in this particular part. I'm not differentiating anything with the ITIL V3 and the ITIL 4. We're discussing that what introduced or what has been introduced by ITIL, in the ITIL 4. And the last is value stream and the processes. अभी क्या था till this time what was happening in the industry that one department says that I want to be use this particular module. We said okay, but they say it's very tough for the departments to find out. So they introduce a new concept called the value stream. Actually, it is value stream means any team who want to participate for the implementation. We have to be considered that it can be department, it can be small team, anybody. That is called the value stream. And the processes as together. Means what process they want to implement. So I work for a telecom company they were my customer. So they have a concept, this value stream. So I was working on the change management. Change management is very big, but they're not implementing the change management for whole telecom industry or the whole telecom company. In their company, they have a small team. They just want to use the change management. So we call them as a value stream. And the process, the way to implement, the way to use, the way to go through this process is called the process, a step-by-step execution. It's not like today you came and said, Atul, can you do the training tomorrow? No, there is a process. You have to be studied, you have to pay the fees, then you have to attend the class. Only then you can get the value, because ultimate goal is value. So they say if we club these 4 pillars, but one thing is still missing. How these 4 pillars are interconnected with each other. Individual level पे तो आप नहीं कर सकते ना everything. Only technology can't do anything. We need people to do that, to use that technology. So they bring a concept called the SVS, Service Value System. Means how all these components, or any component which is helping you to provide that service, how they are work together for the value creation. Let's take example. You go to a restaurant. Okay. If only the waiters treat you well, but food is not good, are you getting the value of that particular visit? नहीं है तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. Or let's say food is good but waiters are not treating you well, फिर भी value नहीं है. Food is good, waiter are treating you well, but there is no ambience. नहीं यार, worth it नहीं है, because no ambience is there. So it means every part of that particular process, if you club together, so that you can get a value from there. This is what is concept of SVS. Let me show you a picture of this one. It is easy with the picture to be understood. ये देखो, ये है SVS, सॉरी हाँ SVS. यहां पर 2 कंसेप्ट है, वन इज SVS एंड अदर इज SVC. सर्विस वैल्यू चेन. सो दो अलग अलग फैक्टर्स है, यहां पर 2 अलग अलग कंपोनेंट्स है यहां पर. One is saying about that how component work together, and one is saying that if these components working together, how you make sure that they always work together. Let's understand this SVC first. It is little easy to be understand. ठीक है. Let me open the bigger one. ये ठीक है, this thing. This is called SVC, Service Value Chain, and we have SVS. अच्छा sorry, SVS तो ये रहा SVS. ये ठीक है. What SVS says, ये बंद नहीं हुआ क्या? एक मिनट रुकिए, let open the another window. ठीक है, चलिए शुरू करते हैं. ठीक है, अब ठीक है रहेगा. ठीक. What this SVS says, we have a demand definitely, and we want to get a value. ठीक है. Atul, we want to go for this training, and value that we want to understand and learn the ITSM from this batch. Clear everybody? This is what we have point, right? We have a demand and value we want to be achieve it. Agree or not? I say yes or no.
Yes, yes.
Right. So now if I say, guys, yeah, I'm not in the mood for a study today. Let's drop it. You join tomorrow. Arey nahi yaar, let's have a study only 5-10 minutes, then you can drop off. Atul, what is this? If that is the way, then how will you able to achieve the value? So to achieve the value, we have few points to be take care. Either you are doing any kind of a business, either you're providing any kind of a services to your customers. These are the important points. Number one is the guiding principle. Means if you want to implement a process for your customer, there must be some guiding principles. Means if I say, okay, I want to learn driving. What is the guiding principle for that to learn the driving? One, you should be 18 plus. Two, you should be able to understand the language. Where are you staying at point of time? It's English, Japanese, Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, all the things. Local language you should know. Third, you should know the traffic rules. Right? So these are kind of the guiding principles to get a value. We have our guiding principles, right? Guys, every day class 1 hour 5:30 to 6:30. That is our guiding principle. You must know about the basics of ServiceNow. That is second guiding principle. So if you want to be moved forward, you must have a guiding principle for a process. Then governance. It is also important. If you are not attending the class continuously 3 days, I have a right to kick you out from the batch. That is a governance. If you not follow my instructions, you will not achieve to value. बात तो सही है. हमारे पेरेंट्स they govern us. Get up early in the morning. Before you go to go, if you are going to school, before that you have to take bath, pray, have your breakfast, and then go. Complete your homework on the same day. These are the governing rules here. If you drive on the wrong side, you may get penalty. If you're driving on the bus lane, you may get penalty. Those are the governance rules. Now I skip this part. I'll come there first. Practices. ITIL 4 introduced the concept called practice. What the meaning of the word practice here? What do you think? What is the meaning of the practice mean? Anybody? Tell me, what is the meaning of the practice?
Repetitive work of any task, repetition of any task.
But वो तो process नहीं हो जाएगा.
The procedures, SOP kind.
Okay, or
Practice might be here as considered as a best practice. What are the good things we have to include in the
नहीं, practice में practice is not a best practice here. No, 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 no. What else? Okay, in your companies, in our companies, in the industry, we have a practices, right? Java practice, .NET practice, ServiceNow practice, SAP practice, Salesforce practice, right? We
Yes.
have, right?
Yes.
Right. What this mean practice means? Means there are people, a group of people who are working towards only one thing in their practice, to optimize and to get more value, irrespective of the vertical. If I say, okay, Wasim, you are part of Java practice. Yes, Atul. Okay, I want you to be work on the insurance client to implement their deployments via Java. Atul, I can do it. Then Wasim, your work is over there. I want to do work in the pharmaceutical client. I can work there. So practice means when set of people who work for a common goal of that particular domain. That is the meaning of the practice. Like earlier when I started my IT journey in 2009, I was a Java resource, but I was allowed to work only and only in the financial practice. If anywhere there's a requirement of the Java resource in the financial domain and I'm available on the bench, I can be allocated. But now situation has been changed. Now this is the company have moved that, okay, there's a resource called Atul, who is a Java resource. If I'm getting a business of telecom and he is available, assign. If I'm getting a business of a pharmaceutical and he is available, assign. This is what the practice mean here now. Means now you can, means a group of people who can work in any of the domain from that practice. This is what is called the world practice. So they introduce the practices like incident management, change management, problem management. Even ITL4 introduced the concept of the business analyst as a practice, DevOps as a practice. They introduced, earlier it was not the part of that. ITIL V3 does not consider these business analysts or the DevOps, but they consider DevOps and the business analyst as well as a practice. Okay, and the last is the continual improvement. Means if I want to proceed further, then definitely I need to be improve my stuff. So this is my third batch of ITSM. And in the every batch, I got a feedback. Atul, change these things, improve these things, improve these things. And changes has been happen. So this is what we are here. And if we follow, sorry, if you follow these 5 things, we can achieve the value. Now, what is SVC? SVC is this. Means how the component in that particular domain work together. और यहां पर हमारा काम आता है SDLC वाला. We cover SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. Funda is still same, from demand to value or from value to demand. Demand to value, value to demand. Demand to value, value to demand. Why? Because we have improvement here, continual improvement here. तो इसलिए arrow, ये arrow यहाँ गए, फिर ये arrow आ गए, right? Now this says either you engage, okay, what this says, you engage, you design, you build, you deliver. When you are doing planning, do the plan by considering these factors always. Earlier what happened? We have a waterfall model. We take a requirement once and after 2 years, we give a customer to a product. And customer says, sorry, the requirement has been changed. So you have to working in now. But now this has been changed. We are in the agile format. What this mean? This mean that pick up a small portions and develop it and give to customers. So they say if we're starting with the demand, engagement of stakeholders, engagement of different parties. Please plan a good way and improve. ऐसा नहीं कि ये पूरा होने के बाद हम प्लान करेंगे, नहीं. If you're doing, please plan for the engagement as well. Let's have a design and transition. Please plan properly and improve. Let's do the build. Please plan how to build and improve. Deliver. Please plan for the good delivery and improve. And then my product is ready. Please plan that how this product will be ready and services and improve. And then value. So these are the things which says that, okay, how we can move forward by taking all these components together, because ultimate goal is the value. देखो यहां भी value है and here also it's a value only. So ITIL 4 completely say that it's all about value. If I teach a wrong perspective, tomorrow you will not refer anybody to me. Hey, don't go to Atul yaar, he is so boring man. Don't go. He did not teach very well. He just do the time pass. Because you observe this, that 30 days I worked with Atul, but I didn't get any value. People says like, I want to go in Taj or Marriott or good hotels to have a food. And it was saying like, if you want to go in the Taj, the tea only is more than 200 rupees. Some people say, is it worth it? Is it value? 200 rupees too much. Is it value? Some people say it's a value, right? Why? Because you're going to have a tea in a 5-star, 7-star hotel. That is what the value mean. They treat you like this. Okay, sir, come here, sit here. This is menu card. What you will take, what sugar you will take, white sugar, brown sugar, how you'll go forward, what milk, all these things will be there. This is what the value mean here. Now to use this, to implement this, we have a 34 practices. Again, we are not going to be discuss anything about the ITIL V3. ITIL 4 introduced 34 practices, means set of organizational resources designed for performing a work for a objective. यही था ना हमारा practice का meaning. A group of people who work together to get an objective. Objective क्या है? If I am in the Java practice, I'll make sure that I implement the Java at good, and I can use that, or I can use this Java to get a more and more value. So ITIL 4 divided the 34 practices in the 3 sections. Like I said, okay, Wasim, can you fill this form? Okay, Atul. This form has 3 sections. And 3rd section is not applicable for you. But 1st section is applicable for everybody. Either Wasim fill, either Anish fill, either Sumit fill, either Dinesh fill. It is applicable for everybody. The same thing, they say journal, service management, and technical. Either you want to go for a trip, either you want to start a new business, but general practices are applicable for everybody. What it covers in the general management practice? What do you think? What is the general management practice? Yesterday we discussed, right, that if I say that, okay, guys, let's open a restaurant together. What are the general practices? Let me show you. This. These are the general practice. Strategy management, portfolio management, architecture management, financial management, continual improvement, risk management, knowledge management, project management. These many. Supplier management. So now if you see these practices, you can say, Atul, this is applicable for anything. Let's say Anish is planning for a family trip. Okay, he says, Atul, I'm going to US for 2 weeks. Do you think that he will not plan the risk? He will not plan the financials? He will not plan the strategy because he's going US with family. He knows that he's going to be spend a good amount. He want to get the value from that trip. He want that his family should stay in a good hotel, good food, good transport should be available. So these are the practices which is applicable for everybody. And it is not required that you use these practices at the fullest. Maybe I'm a very small company, 2 people, 4 people, 5 people. I'm not using the risk management at fullest. I have a component risk management, that's fine. Relationship management, I'm not hiring any CRM or BRM guys. I'm the only one who's doing everything here. But yes, I have that practice. Then come to the industry perspective. Service management practice. What services you are giving to your customer from the IT perspective, we have differentiate here. As I say, ITL4 introduced business analysis as a practice because they understand that if we did not count BA in the practice, it is tough for us to implement the processes. We have a process guy, but we don't have a guy who can write the stories for us. So ITL4 introduced business analysis as a practice, catalog as a practice, service design as a practice, SLM as a practice. In a team, I work for a retail customer. We have a separate team for the service level management. And their work is to only and only optimize the SLAs, nothing else. They always work on the good optimization or the optimization of the SLAs, how to implement the SLAs, how to get the best value from that SLAs. So here we have few practices, and this is what the core area for us of this particular module. We are going to be cover service catalog. We are going to be cover incident management. We are going to be cover request management. We are going to be cover the problem management. Release as well, change as well. And little bit on the configuration management as well. So these are the service management practice. And last, we have a technical management, which has only 3 things: deployment management, infra and the platform management, that who is going to manage my infra, who is going to manage my platform, and SDLC management. What step we're going to be used to implement this particular product? Plan, build, or plan, design, code, build, test, deliver. All the things cover here. So this is what is about ITL4 and the practices. Doubt or clarification? Then we'll proceed further. Tell me, guys. No doubt, no question. Okay. Chalo, let's proceed to the next part. So this is what is the first part of our session. Now let's come to the actual part. ServiceNow. Okay. I recommend that maybe today and tomorrow again, you can still take your class on the mobile phone, but once we start the demo part, I'll strongly recommend to be logged in from the laptops only. Okay. Now, what is ServiceNow? What is ServiceNow? Anybody idea?
ServiceNow is a platform where we address these ITSM concepts and activities.
Okay. It's a platform. Okay. Okay. Anish, you use Excel sheet?
Yes.
Is it a platform?
It's a tool. Uh, but why I said platform, because it's a composition of many tools now. Because looking at the service now,
No,
it's underlying infrastructure.
no.
Uh,
It's not a composition of many tools. No. If I say in a layman language, in a simple words, my mobile phone is also a tool for me because it helped me to capture my contact details. It helped me to send the SMS, to receive the SMS, to check the emails, to receive the emails, get videos, photos, everything is there. Same goes for the Excel sheet as well. Excel sheet is a tool for me because I can capture my data in that. I still remember when this case was happened, Satyam case was happened, right? I read somewhere in the blog that Satyam was maintaining their balance sheet in the Excel. It means that Excel is so powerful that they're maintaining their Excel, their balance sheets. If you ask me as an individual, for me, ServiceNow is just a tool where I capture, I record my data, my day-to-day routine work like incident, changes, problem, request, knowledge, CI, assets, a lot of things are there. But I will call this as a platform. Why? Because I have few more capabilities in this platform which make my work easy. Which make my work easy. जैसे एग्जांपल लेते हैं. Earlier we have a alarm clock, right? We have alarm clock. If you set alarm, it will, as soon as these two keys come together, the alarm will ringing. You stop the alarm, job done. And the night you forget to put the alarm again on. Actually तो काम खराब हो गया. But now we have mobile phone. In mobile phone, I can set multiple alarms. Number one, there is no need to be on the alarm every day. Like I have alarm for the 5 o'clock. It's set for the every day. 5 o'clock it ring. I dismiss. It's done. But in the night I did not switch on. It's automatically on here. So it means it is a platform now for me because it is using the capabilities to do automation in the background. Okay. And your point, ServiceNow is not a composition of the different tools. No. ServiceNow is providing the different modules to use in the different domains. Workflow, flows, emails are the part of ServiceNow. Not different than ServiceNow. And also it is a platform. Why? Because I can use this ServiceNow as it is, or I can build my own tool on the basis of the ServiceNow as well. You're using iPhone, right? iPhone run on which OS? iOS, correct? Windows run on this thing. Normal OS, Windows OS or Android we use. But we have a lot of apps available. WhatsApp is one of the app. Video creator, merger, Ludo, games, sports, learning, music. Hundred of apps are there. Those apps has been built on a platform, either on the Microsoft OS, sorry, on this iOS, or they have a Android as a OS. So they use that OS as a platform to build their own app. This is what is ServiceNow. Clear everybody? Doubt, question, clarification.
Atul, it seems the same way. Like I'm not arguing, but I'm just saying like for the Microsoft platform, if we say Microsoft Office as a platform, therein we get uh, uh, Excel as a tool, Word as a tool, PowerPoint presentation as a tool. That's PowerPoint. So that's what in that with that similarity I just said that it's
Okay.
become a bunch of tools where you can call it tool or app because it's a complete functionality that it is offering as a platform. That's what I
Okay.
mean to say.
No, that's fine. Thanks for this part. See, again, we are human beings and every human has a different thought process. Maybe the way you are saying, I was not able to understand, and the way I was explaining, you're not understanding, or maybe it's a mixture of everything. So now you say, Atul, I take Microsoft as an example, and then I say this thing. Looks okay to me now. Okay, I understand it that why you bring that point to this thing. Okay. Now let's come a little bit standard definitions or mainly this tool perspective or platform perspective. ServiceNow is a company as well, number one, and ServiceNow is a platform. And this platform we call as a APAS, application platform as a service. Earlier it was SaaS or PaaS, but now it called as a APAS. Means the same thing which I say that either you can use ServiceNow as it is as an application or you can use ServiceNow as a complete platform. This is what is APAS. Clear यहाँ पे point clear? Please raise your question because this is what the introduction part. Now this is important. Then ServiceNow.
Not
Go ahead, Anish.
still not very clear that pass and a pass. What exactly?
Earlier we say that ServiceNow is just a platform as a service. That okay, you take ServiceNow and you can build your own applications on the top of that. But now ServiceNow is not recommending for the much customizations. They says please use ServiceNow as it is which we are giving to you. So they consider this concept, they combine this concept called the APAS. Either you use ServiceNow as an application only, or you can use as a platform only, or you can use the combination as well. So like I say, I am implementing ServiceNow for my customer. I say, okay, you can use incident management, change and problem management as it is. That is the application. But Atul, we are in the training domain, but ServiceNow did not provide any training module. Can you build something for me? Yes, I can build it. Then I'm using that platform to build a new application. So I'm using the platform capabilities, their table structure, their data model, their CMDB structure, their workflow, their automation, their AI, their ML to implement a new application for my customer. But the base is the platform is ServiceNow for me. I'm not saying that I'm using Java or .NET here. No, I am using ServiceNow capabilities only to build that application. The reason it is called as a platform as a service. Ganesh, clear up?
पर अतुल पहले भी तो earlier also they had this application ready format because this incident problem and change were already there in their modules
Right.
earlier also.
Right. But now companies as customers are saying, no, I want to make a change in this platform. I want to make a change. I want to build my own applications on that platform. So they're saying, okay, if you want to say this, then you can call it or sell it as like a APAS. Like I am a very small company. I don't have any capacity to make a changes in the platform. So I will use this as a only application. Change as an application, incident as an application, problem as an application. But now, like for the telecom companies, insurance companies, or the stock exchange or this financial companies, they says, okay, you are giving me incident management, that's fine. But I want to make a more changes in that incident management because my business is working in some different manner. So I'm using that platform capabilities. So when I say platform, I'm using ServiceNow capabilities. In the next screenshot, next screenshot, you will see this thing. Let me show you. ये सारे platform capabilities हैं, which you can use to enhance, to optimize, or to customize your platform completely. AI, ML, orchestration, low code, this thing, analytics part, you can use these things. If I say out of the box, in the incident management, you will not get AI, ML. But if you want to optimize, you can activate that particular part as a platform. This is what ServiceNow is saying and selling it as a APAS. Hope it clear now. Maybe as we proceed further for the next slides of this particular part, it will be more clear to you that why we're saying APAS for this thing. Okay. Now after this, ServiceNow says that I'm not only for one department. I am giving services, I am giving features, I am giving products for the multiple capabilities, for multiple domains, multiple departments. If you are providing IT services, I have an IT workflow. If we are providing to the services to your customers, end customers I'm saying, then you can use CSM. If you want to provide the services to your own employees, their onboarding, offboarding, retirement, I have a HRSD. If you are as a telecom company, I have a product for you. If you are a health sciences, I have a product for you. If you are a legal company, I have a product for you. It means I have a lot of things for everybody. This is what the ServiceNow domain. In the next few slides, it will be get more clear when we going to discuss these product capabilities in a brief. Okay, and last, ServiceNow says that ServiceNow give you the power to make work better, so employees work the way they want, not how software dictates they have to be. This is what the ServiceNow vision. Again, I'm not selling anything here. It's not like a sales pitch. We should be use ServiceNow. This is what a small basic understanding that how ServiceNow work actually. So by adding the capability of the platform, this says, okay, you want to build, you can build anything. Definitely there are some limitations, not recommendations. But if you want, you can build it, no problem. I have a customers who heavily customize their change management, problem management. And now they're saying, no, it's getting a lot of problem for us. Let's go back to the basics only. You can do it easily. These apps what we have in our phone, these are the example of that only. I have I have a remote app in my mobile phone. If my TV remote is not working, I can use this app to change the things in my TV. We're just using a platform and building that application there. Okay, so this is a small introduction, but now we're going to be a little bit more deep dive that how this platform look like. ये तो सिर्फ बाहर से दिख रहा है शीशे में से कि अच्छा ये ऐसा है, फैंसी सा कुछ है. Now, like we have versions in our phone. Like Samsung launch new versions, iPhone launch a new version. In the same manner, ServiceNow also have a version release. So till 2011, ServiceNow released the versions with this name: summer, fall, summer, winter, spring, fall, winter, June, October, is this. But after that, ServiceNow started releasing the version on the city's name, cities, country, states, these names they included, and in the format like A, B, C, D. I'm the one who started using ServiceNow when we are on this Fuji release. यहाँ पर Eureka Fuji में I start working. And after 2016, ServiceNow declare that they are going to be release 2 versions in a year. And we call this as a family releases. These are the family release. So you can say 2, then again 2, then again 2, then again 2, again 2, again 2. So now we're not in the Utah, we are on the Washington DC. And in somewhere in August or September, Zenando is coming. Then in next March, Yokohama is coming. Then in August 25, Zurich is coming. It means by seeing this, we can see that ServiceNow has a vision in the mind that till 2025, they have a good work to be implemented, to bring it, to give it to the customers. Okay. So generally, if you go for the interviews, it may be asked to you that, okay, what latest version you are using at point of time? What are the new features available in that particular product? So better you should know this thing, that what version we are using and what are the features available in that particular part. Okay. Clear यहाँ तक? Doubt, question, clarification? Good. Now the next part. These are the few largest companies who are using ServiceNow. Maybe bit and pieces, maybe 100%, maybe 90%, 80%, 70%. But these are the few examples which I got from the ServiceNow side. And these are some document has been shared on the LinkedIn, which I pick up. So like Barclays, American Express, Intel, Johnson & Johnson, Sky, Brit, UBS, Computcom, Qualcomm, NHS, Dell, they are using ServiceNow. Maybe 100%, maybe small part, but they are customers of ServiceNow. Now, as you are entering the ServiceNow, there are total 5 journeys you can do. If you are a fresher or you are having experience, then there are the 5 different journeys available: system admin, application developer, implementer, BA journey, and technical project management. We are doing a journey of implementer. That how this particular product can be implemented for my customer. We are not going to be discussed that how this coding has been done. No. We are going to be discussed that if my customer says, hey, can you implement ITSM for me? Then I should know the steps that how this can be implemented. This is what the journey we have picked it up now. ठीक है, clear यहाँ तक? To work in ServiceNow, we have mainly 3 rules. Mainly, I'm saying it's not only limited to 3. We have more than that as well, but mainly these 3 rules are there. End user, admin, and ITL or fulfiller. End user is the role, or end user is a user which don't require any role, which don't require any role. Example, we are using Amazon, right? Flipkart, Myntra, everything. Do you pay any amount to use that account except the Prime? No, Atul. Right? You create account on Amazon, you create an account on Myntra, log in, get your product, add to cart, pay, deliver. That's all. This is what the end user. This is what the end user. Anish ordered some product from an e-commerce website. The product has been delivered, but it is defective. Anish raised a complaint. Anish, log into that application once again, go to the help and raise a complaint. I got this product, but it is defective. I want a refund. Okay, no problem. The incident has been raised or the case has been raised. There are someone sitting on the other side of that particular platform who will see, okay, there's a case has been raised by Anish Sinha that he need a product, he need a refund of this product. Then he will schedule a pickup of that product first. That person will come to Anish home, get the product, give the product back to the stock room. That product has been evaluated and then refund has been issued. So this is the person who is doing all these things, is a fulfiller, who is working on your request, who is working on your incident, who is working on your complaint, who is working on your case and moving that case from one state to another state to another state to another state and to close state. ये मैं नहीं कर सकता as an end user, no. I can open the case, I can reopen the case, but I cannot progress that case. वो progress तो पीछे से ही होगा, fulfiller ही होगा. This is what is the fulfiller. This is a chargeable rule in ServiceNow. इसके पैसे लगते हैं. Okay, and now the admin. The person who can make a change in the process level, in the platform level. Like Anish raised a complaint, he need a refund. Anish got SMS. Thank you so much, Anish, for raising this complaint. We are sending our person to pick the product. The person who configured this particular SMS is the admin, not this one. इसका काम क्या है? जब पिकअप आ जाएगा, then make sure that state should move to the next part. But his work is to configure all these things. Anish, you will get a refund in the 3 days. This person configured that 3 days in the system. This is what is the admin. Again, a chargeable one and risky too. Anish invited me at his home. Atul, kabhi aao lunch pe ya dinner pe aao kabhi. I go there. Even though I am a good friend of Anish, but still he will not ever hand over his house key to me. Atul, aap aaram se raho, koi dikkat nahi, no problem. No, because I am not an admin of his house. Anish is the admin of his house. He can make any changes. I'm not allowed to make any changes because I'm not an admin. Anish, kids, wife, parents are allowed to make changes in the house because they are admin. But I'm not a admin here. So a role which is required to make a changes in the platform is a admin role. And when we go to ServiceNow, we will do a lot of things with the admin role only, because this is what the basics are required. And then on the high level, these roles are be there. End user we see, process owner. ये अलग है यहाँ पर, process owner is a different one. Process owner and the process manager. Process owner see the overall health of a process. Like I say that I'm a process owner. I write a process of incident management and give to the 5 teams. Anish team, Wasim, Dinesh and Sumit team. Now I have to make sure that this process should be a good process and every team able to use it as a properly. If maybe Anish says, Atul, we need some change in the process. Wasim says, Atul, can we make some change in the process? We are facing this issue. Dinesh says, Atul, we're also having some issues. Sumit says, no, that's fine for me. I'm not even worried much. I'm a small team, it's work for me. So these feedbacks go to process owner, so that I as a process owner can evaluate the feedback what I'm getting is right or wrong. And then I can make a change in the process so that it is more optimized and we can get a more value. Then process manager. ये operational पे देखते हैं. That my team is following this process or not. Operational incident पे काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, change पे काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, process पे काम कर, sorry, incident change knowledge पे काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा. Operational perspective, day-to-day routine perspective. Like I give example. Generally in a family, father is a process owner and a mother is a process manager. Father क्या पूछते हैं? When the exam has been done, how was the exams? Good. चलो हो गया. Mother every day. What about today's class test? What about yesterday class test? You have a pre-exams now, pre-board now, you have a class test, you have a half yearly. This is mother. Mother tell to father, hey, we need to get one more coaching for our kid. He's a little weak in English. Okay, let's do that. So he checked that process, health of process. But here we see the feedback from the operational perspective. कि follow हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा properly. Mother make sure that kid go to the school daily. Mother make sure the kid go to the coaching daily. Mother make sure kid go to the sports daily. ये वो काम करते हैं. Preferably these two roles should be with the two different people, not with the same person. Otherwise it get confused. Okay, and the last is the service owner. Service owner is the one who is the whole soul responsible for this service. Like our mothers are the service owner of the kitchen. Let's say I told to my wife, hey, this kitchen is not look good. Let's renovate this kitchen. My wife says, stop. I know it is a good setup. I don't want to touch anything here. This is what the service owner. Because she know that if I make any changes in the kitchen, again I have to put some time to be set up everything again. So I don't want to make any changes here. But sometimes she only says, hey, this kitchen is looking old now, let's renovate it. I need another extra shelf for my baking things or my designing part kind of stuff. This is what the service owner role is there. These are the roles which we discuss now, going to participate in the upcoming modules as well. Maybe I say, okay, he's a process owner, he's an end user, he's a fulfiller, he's a process manager. So we should know that what roles are these actually. Clear? Doubt, question, or clarification? Okay. So with this, we're closing for today's session here. I'm stopping the recording now and take a quick attendance.